Now, the year 2022 saw interesting developments in the corporate world, some impacted by global and geopolitical factors. Some from Safaricom officially opening shop in Ethiopia to the KCB Group finalizing its acquisition of TMB Bank in Congo. Key events have shaped the business and economic landscape of Kenya's corporate world. And TV's Brian George Otieno now recaps some of the key events, ups and downs of blue chip companies in the year that was.
2022 was an eventful year in the economic calendar. Lots of central banks globally were reviewing their lending rates, and Kenya's exchequer was no exception. Now, coupled with the near double-digit inflation rates and disruptions of global supply chains due to the Russia-Ukraine war, various economies were affected, some adversely than others. Closer home, national carrier Kenya Airways recorded a 9.9 billion shilling loss in its first half of 2021. KQ attributed the loss to high fuel costs, which saw it spend 11 billion shillings during the first 6 months of the year. This was after the Senate approved another bailout for the national carrier. The National Treasury could spend a whopping 54.8 billion shillings to bail out the struggling parastatals, also known as state-owned enterprises, where KQ will receive 34.95 billion Kenya shillings and Kenya Power receive 2.35 billion shillings. Equally, Kenya Power recorded a loss of 13 billion Kenya shillings this year, a phenomenon the power distributor attributed to the 15% reduction in power cost to the consumer. The cut in power tariffs ends this month. Then came Centum PLC, making a net loss of 1.29 billion shillings in the third quarter of 2022 from 662 million shillings loss reported during the same period in 2021. Airtel Kenya's after-tax loss hit 2.3 billion Kenya shillings as of June 30th, 2022, compared to 2.7 billion shillings reported during the same period in 2021. Telkom Kenya, which was recently fully acquired by the state, incurred losses in the year 2022. The company lost 575 million Kenya shillings running a government-owned fiber optic network worth 16 billion shillings.
On behalf of the Global Partnership for Ethiopia.
Despite all this, some Kenyan companies remain promising, like Safaricom PLC that recently opened shop in Ethiopia. Perhaps it's the Kenyan banking sector that's one to watch after the key mergers and acquisitions that have happened across borders recently. The Kenya Commercial Bank KCB's recent acquisition of TMB Bank Congo is a major move for the bank to go continental after buying 85% of the DRC lender. Another bank to watch in 2023 is Equity Bank, that has equally made moves into the DRC market that has largely remained unbanked. Brian George Otieno, NTV, Nairobi.